kind of starting the presentation off. And following me will be Karen Workington. She is the program manager for this particular program, and she'll be going into the details of the program and sharing some additional information with you. If you do have questions at any time, please type them in the chat bar, and we will answer them as we go along. As well, there will be time at the end to answer any questions you have. Okay, so I'm just going to give you some information on PACE at the University of Winnipeg in case you're not familiar with us. We offer about 300 part-time courses a year, pretty much to working professionals. I think about 90% of our students in our part-time programs are working and going to school. Our instructors work in the industry, so basically what that means is who's teaching you in the evening is typically doing that work as a business professional in the daytime. Our classes are small. That's what one of the big things UW is known for, is small class sizes. So I think the biggest class size we would have for this program would be about 20 to 25, so you do really get a lot of one-on-one time with your instructor, and you do get to know your fellow classmates quite closely. There are transfer credits available, and that's to and from post-secondary education. So if this is your first time going to university, you can gain credits to get that undergraduate degree, and vice versa. If you already have an undergraduate degree and you're taking this as a way to excel your career, there's opportunity to transfer some of your credits in, and you can speak directly to Karen about that at any time. So we offer part-time programs online and in person. We have them in the evenings, weekends, daytime, and online. All our classes are held at the Buehler Center. That's the big white building on the corner of Portage Memorial, so very conveniently located in town with a lot of parking in the area. So about our class size, so the average class size is 30 students. For this program, we're thinking it's a bit smaller. So there is a lot of opportunity to participate, meet other students, and get to know your instructors, which is a good way to network if you're looking to learn about other professions, maybe looking at changing careers. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to Karen, who, as I mentioned, is the program manager, and she can tell you about this updated program.
Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well wherever you are. As you can see on the screen, we have actually gone through a recent redevelopment on this program. So some of you, if you've looked at the previous program and now we're looking at the new program, we're really excited about these changes that we're rolling out. We consulted with different business analysts here in the city. It was a little bit of a longer process to get these changes going, but we really wanted to consult with some of the business analysts and get their feedback on the program. So the changes, what they are is you still have some of the technical skills, but we really are trying to flesh out a little bit more of the business acumen. That was really what was coming from the business analysts, saying that as business analysts, you do need to have the business I don't want to say soft skills, but some of these more the written and the communication skills. So those are some of the changes that we've rolled out in this redevelopment program. The program itself, you can take entirely in class. So they are all going to be offered in the evenings. Some of the courses, which I'll go into later, can be also taken online. So depending on your availability, you can't take the whole program online, but there are definitely some courses that you can take online. So there are 9 core courses and 1 elective. As you can see, we did shorten the program a little bit so that it made it easier for part-time students to complete the program. So in total, there are 11 courses in the program. So here are the courses in the program. The first 9 are listed right there. It's a combination of pure business analysts, so the introduction, the advanced systems analyst, the requirements workshop, the effective communication, and the UML and the case studies. And these are all taught by professional business analysts who are coming in to teach these courses. Some of the courses, like the Business Fundamentals course and the Project Management Fundamentals, That is, again, giving you a little bit more of the general business knowledge. And our electives, we focused on, again, I don't want to overuse the word soft skills, but some of these more interactive courses as one of your electives. So you can choose one of these courses as your elective course. I want to put in a little bit a plug here for students who really enjoy studying. If you're ever thinking of taking another PACE program down the road, some of these courses are applicable to other PACE programs, for example, project management, business fundamentals, and the electives. So if you want to kind of think down the road and get a little bit more bang for your buck, you can start taking courses that might be in other PACE programs. Right. Instructors, like I said, the BSA instructors, they are very much an integral part of this program. They know business analysts. Claudio and Michael have been teaching this program, well, I would say far longer than I've been in the program. They've been around for a long time. They know this program. They know what is needed in the industry, so they are very much fundamental to this program. George Partizanos, he started coming on board this past year. Also, as you can see, very knowledgeable in the area and also working. And he's just as invested in this program and is excited about where this program is going. And as you can see, they have a lot of work experience. And as Stevie mentioned already, they are all working full-time during the day and coming in to teach at night.
So as Karen mentioned, some of the courses can be taken online, and I'm talking about online because I'm the manager of online learning. So the idea of how we look at online learning is it's a virtual classroom. So you would take your course and you would step through every week through separate modules, working alongside the other students and your instructor. So it's a bit different than if you think of the traditional correspondence course. We don't just send you a book and you work on your own. You're actually working through a course with other people, doing projects, doing group work, having what essentially is live online discussions. So it's a bit different than maybe what you're expecting in an online course. It's very engaging and interactive, and it's all run through our learning management system, which at U of Winnipeg we call Nexus. And it can be done, on a laptop, it can be done on your phone now, or any kind of tablet you use. So it's very flexible, and it can lessen the time in your program because it allows you to take more than one course at one time and really manage your time, and you can kind of set your own schedule as long as you get your work done within the week. A lot of students are kind of weekend warriors, we call it. They kind of pop into the course during the week days and then do the bulk of the work on the weekend when they can have that flexibility in their schedules when they're not working or taking another course.
I will add that, again, some of you may be familiar a little bit with the previous BSA program. What we're doing now moving forward with all our courses, whether it be online or in class, they are all running now for about 12 weeks. So they're all 36 hours. Generally in the in-class courses, they're once a week. Online, as Stevie has mentioned, they're all online and just following the modules over the 12-week period. So they're all kind of equivalent to a 3-credit-hour course. If you're looking at the university criteria of a course within PACE, they're fitting in with our other courses. So they're all 36 hours to really flesh out some of the materials that the instructors were finding that there wasn't enough time in the past. Program costs, so we do try to keep things reasonable. So for the 10 courses, it is, again, depending on if you're taking some of the online courses or just online class, so between $51.40 or $54.85, that's before taxes.
There's no taxes.
Sorry, no taxes. No taxes. Good point. No taxes. And then any applicable textbooks. So some of the textbooks are listed on there. Some of them don't have textbooks. Often the instructors provide a lot of more resources and that they'll be providing to the students as well. And as we can see, you can pay for the courses as you register. So you don't have to pay all up front for these courses, these 10 courses, and you can take we've kind of said up to 5 years that students can take a part-time program, but we're flexible on that. We understand that life can get in the way, and sometimes you're not able to finish a program within 5 years. But yeah, you can pay for these courses as you go along, and we're trying to schedule the courses to run at least once a year. Some of the courses will be offered more often, so just kind of keep an eye out on the timetable. As you can see, UW alumni are eligible for up to 10%. So if you've already completed a different PACE program, you would be eligible for that 10%. And for those of you, again, who are thinking down the road and you want to take another program down the road, that alumni discount would be applicable at that point. So we really want to encourage continuous studies because I think that's really what we're all about. Next slide. So upcoming course schedule. So we have 3 courses that are running already now in fall. So the Introduction to Business Analyst, Michael Antonio's, I think, teaching both of these. The Requirements Workshop, Planning and Facilitation, and the Project Management Fundamentals. So these courses are offered in the fall term. You can just check the timetable for the next couple. There is 1 or 2 courses that might not be in the schedule yet for this coming year, but they will be scheduled then for fall 2018. So we'll have those keep posting those. Just kind of keeping an eye out for the timetable. Admission criteria. So this program is not available to international students. It's only for domestic students. So we've got the admission criteria listed here. So a high school grad or mature status diploma. Or if you don't have that, if you've completed at least 90 hours of coursework at a post-secondary institution. That is not including PACE. So it would have to be outside of PACE. If you've been on main campus, that's fine, but just not PACE. Language requirements, so if English is not your first language, we have many ways of recognizing the English requirement. One's listed here if you've done 3 years at a full-time institution, but we recognize a lot of other testing, including IELTS, TOEFL, etc. So you can just check our website for all the admission requirements. So open enrollment. This is a good feature that we have at PACE. Students don't have to be tied down to any specific program right away. If you're not sure, you're kind of checking things out, but you don't want to fully commit to a program, you can apply for any course, register for any course without actually being admitted into a program. You can just check whatever courses are coming up and then you enroll for the course. That being said, we really do encourage students who know that they want to do a program to apply for the program. The reason for this is that you get locked into the program. So whatever the course requirements are at the time that you apply, those are the courses that you have to complete at the time to be eligible for graduation. So as happened with the BSA program, we did a program review. So now there's different courses that are required for graduation. So we encourage students to apply for their programs as soon as you know, so that you can always rely on or look back on whatever the courses are at the time that you applied. Plus, I also know that you're in the program, so if there's any communication, I will say that every once in a while I get communication from the IIBA or companies who are looking for business analysts, job postings. So sometimes, it's not very often, but I do get them occasionally. So I like to reach out to students who are already registered in the program and let them know about some of these things that are coming. I really do want to encourage students to connect with the industry, and if there are job postings, that's my ultimate goal, is that students do get jobs in this area.
Or if we have a speaker coming in, specifically on business systems analyst, or if we have an internship opportunity, we can only send that to people that we know are in the certificate, so it's really to your benefit to apply for that. And then because you do have to apply at some time, it's good to apply right off the hop, and then you're in the program and we can track your progress and let you know about any special opportunities that we do have. I just want to add, I don't think we mentioned, part-time programs run from 6 to 9 p.m. And typically one evening a week.
Yeah, typically.
Typically. So that's a 3-hour class, and you can expect about 3 hours of homework on top of that. So just like any other program, just double the hours.
Yeah.
And looking at dedicating about 6 hours a week to one course.
Generally, this fall term is a little bit kind of a transition period for us between the previous BSA program requirements and the current one. So there's some anomalies in the scheduling, but generally going forward, you're going to see those courses running once a week for approximately 12 weeks, so 6 to 9 in the evenings. And you will not be the only ones in the building, so we've got a lot of other part-time programs running. It's all in the Buehler Center, our courses. So again, program benefits. Yeah, you can complete it 1 to 2 years. I mean, that's really fast tracking it. Like I said, there are 10 courses. So if you're taking about 5 courses per year, but again, you have up to 5 years to complete our part-time program. So there's really no rush. And we are also flexible on those 5 years as well. Networking opportunities, as I've mentioned already a couple of times, our instructors are working professionals. They're not just full-time instructors. They are connected in the industry. So they're a fantastic connection if you're looking at getting into this industry. So making use of your instructors and getting connected with them. And like I said, I try to send out anything that comes my way on the IIBA or with job prospects. I try to send that out to anybody who's registered in the program. Application-based, and that's really talking about how these instructors are not just talking about theory. They really want to have students go through it and practice it. So by the time you're finished this program, you know how to be a business analyst, a business systems analyst. Again, industry professional instructors, like I said, university credential. We are under the University of Winnipeg. I'm going to tack on a little bit of what Stevie said before. So some of these courses may be recognized by the Faculty of Business for transfer credit. So that's a really good opportunity as well. And flexibility of online. So some of these courses are available online. So some of you are not able to always come down to our campus in the evenings. So this is another option that we have for students. So we've left our information there. That's the link that you can use to check out more of the Business Systems Analyst. That's my email address. So if you have any questions, you can by all means email me. I will admit, it might be a little bit faster if you email the PACE PT. We've got 2 people behind that email, and that's pretty much what they do all day is checking those emails. I might take a day or 2 before I can get back to you, but we're here. We do want to answer any questions that you might have of this program.
We did have one question come up about funding or scholarships.
Scholarships. I usually just point people towards the financial and financial aid. Some students might be eligible at the awards office from the University of Winnipeg. You can contact them directly. It's under the main University of Winnipeg site. I just go under the awards page. The email address is awards, plural, awards@uwinnipeg.ca. Otherwise, I recommend to people, part-time students are eligible for student aid. So you would have to contact the Manitoba Student Aid. Another option, and I will be honest, I haven't heard anybody yet go through them, but they've recommended that students can contact the Education and Training Services. So you can contact them. I know their office is on Lombard. You can either go there in person or call them and ask them for any guidance from that end.
There was a question about somebody's planning on taking the program in October, and they're wondering if they can start with the Project Management Fundamentals course.
Absolutely. So the PM Fundamentals course, it is kind of an intro course specifically on PM Fundamentals, Project Management Fundamentals. I think part of the other question is it
prerequisite?
Oh, there's no prerequisite for the Project Management Fundamentals course. I will say that if you're looking at taking some of the business analyst courses down the road and you haven't taken the Introduction to Business Analyst yet, we are somewhat flexible in taking in students who haven't completed that prereq before taking the more advanced courses, if you already have some work experience in it. So in that case, usually I check in with the instructor if you want to provide me your previous experience, and we can check in with the instructor. So we are open to that. if you have some work experience already.
Okay, question. Will we be using the Babel version 3?
I think it's the BABOK.
BABOK?
Yeah.
Okay. To be certified to the prep for the exam.
The BABOK, I think at least I'm saying it right, I've been corrected a couple of times how to pronounce it, is more of a reference textbook in the course. They do refer to it and within the program.
Yes,
BABOK.
BABOK, yeah.
BABOK. It is a reference textbook throughout the BA or the BSA specific courses. So it's a reference. From the instructor perspective, I think they're using it, but I don't know, kind of depends on the instructor how often they're going to be pulling directly from that book.
But it's definitely ingrained into the entire program.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's kind of following it but going beyond it based on industry needs.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we revamped the program or we reviewed the program, as I mentioned before, we were consulting with, forget how many business analysts there were in the room. The main focus of our program review was making sure that we were hitting the mark and that students who are coming from this program are ready to be working as business assistants and analysts in the industry. So that was our main focus. I think the BABOK is always kind of the underlying reference for the program. But I will say our main focus was hitting the market and the industry, what people are looking for when they're hiring business assistants analysts.
If you have any more questions, please pop them in the chat, or I will. Everyone's unmuted now, so you can speak your questions as well. Okay, I am a Manitoba PR, held a BA, my IELTS General expired last year. Maybe you want to read this one, Karen? It's a longer one. So I think you're wondering if you have the English language requirements.
Can you scroll down a little further?
Oh, take any test. There's
lots of questions in here.
Okay, great.
Sorry, it's a little bit small, the type, so it's hard for me to read everything. I kind of have to go through your background. So this is the question about whether you've got the English requirement. There's a lot of information there. Can I just recommend that you take a look at our English language requirement website and email me directly so that I can go over it a little bit more in depth, because there's a lot of information there. I hope that's okay. That was to, what was his name? To David. Yeah, to David. If you would just maybe email me everything in there and I can take a look. I might have some follow-up questions given your background, and we can take a look at your English language requirement. Absolutely.
Okay, when we complete the program, I assume we still need to take the IIBA exam.
Yes. So we are not, I should say, we're not prep course. We're not specifically on the IIBA. It's an underlying thing throughout the program. But not everybody wants to do those exams, so we don't build it directly into the program.
Yeah. That's just like if you took the project management program, you would still need to write the PMP exam at the end.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, exactly the same case. So not everybody wants to do it. Some people still need to get the work experience for it, so we don't build it right into the program so that you're not, well, I shouldn't say, you're not forced to pay for an exam that you're not quite ready to take. So we leave that up to the discretion of the students.
As you would typically want to study
for
a good while after you're done a program to be prepared to write the exams, because they are costly, so you kind of want to nail it your first time.
And you might need the work experience as well before writing it.
For the criteria. Yeah. Any more questions?
And if you have any very specific questions on the program, or if you're looking at some of those courses and you're really curious about what's going to be covered, Like I said, our instructors are so invested in this program. I've already had some people come and ask very specific questions about what's covered. And these instructors are more than willing to cover those questions. They'll get back to you with the answers that you're looking for. So.
Okay, it doesn't seem like there's any more questions right now. We'll kind of let this marinate. You might have some questions in a few hours or a few days. So feel free to email either Karen or the PACE PT folks right here.
Yeah.
And they'll get back to you really quickly, usually within an hour or two. If you're emailing them during business hours, you'll get a really quick response. We have recorded this session, and we will send it out to everyone here along with the PowerPoint for you to reflect on. But feel free to send questions to us. And if you are planning to register for fall courses, we encourage you to do it soon before the courses fill up, because they can fill up quite quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks everyone for your time today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.